Shonen is the most popular demographic of anime, which is aimed at young boys who crave flashy fight scenes and grand adventures. Of course, not all shonen are like this, and while there's nothing wrong with loving intense and gripping action, these kinds of anime more often than not contain mostly style over substance. However, less popular anime that dive deeper into more complex themes that are typically darker are called seinen, which target more mature young men. Seinen anime is not as well known as shonen, but if one were to give it a chance, they would realize that the world and its people aren't as black and white as they are usually portrayed. That the world is full of evil among the righteous and fools between the wise. I would know, as people have taken advantage of my own kindness in the past, and a few of my friends and peers have been victims of this kind of abuse as well. Probably even worse, the ones who do the abusing. These themes are tackled through psychological, often sensitive subjects. Stories of crime and mystery delve into the psyches of the innocent and the guilty. The questioning of religion and the existence of God appears frequently. Tragedies are commonplace in these tales of moral ambiguity. Anti-heroes can subvert what is usually expected from their protagonist. Coming-of-age stories take their place in the maturation of otherwise naive and clueless children. But no matter what genre they're under, a recurring theme in these shows can be seen, and therefore makes me reflect. The people who view the world superficially beneath their goodwill are looked down upon for their naivety. And the people who carry hatred and contentious attitudes are otherwise humanized as their motivations justify their cynicism to some extent. Eventually, you realize something throughout the journey. Every time the MC wins the fight or fails miserably, at any moment their friends make it through or bite the dust, or whenever a villain was downright despicable or actually justifiable. As these things come and go, as difficult as it is to accept or not, we gain a bit of wisdom along the way. There is philosophy in anime, and if there's philosophy in life, then anime is life. Still, the passing of judgment on these people and their motivations can't be absolute. Maybe innocent ignorance can be attributed to a secluded upbringing. Perhaps a hateful outlook on life is induced by unfair situations one was previously put in. These people and the external factors that influence them are not at all as clear-cut as we assume them to be. What matters, however, is not the kind of people they were in the past, but the people they can be in the future, even if they aren't able to let go of what had happened or get ready for what's to come. I've had my fair share of regrets and insecurities back then, but as I have learned how to take care of my body and mind, I began to appreciate who I am now. I've made a lot of mistakes before and hated the kind of person I was, but as there are people around me who are going through similar or even worse things, I now recognize that we're delicate human beings who have our own troubles, but still have the capacity to make things right. Watching anime is a hobby for most fans, a pastime for enjoyment and leisure. I'm no different, of course, but I make the most out of what I see and hear in these shows. The people and the decisions they make are not perfect, and I am far from being flawless myself. But as I analyze the motivations of each character, I can learn from their mistakes or imitate their actions. From this, I need to be kind, to be considerate, to be sympathetic. Amidst hopeless situations and cynical people, I desire to become someone who engages to a great extent in the activity of thinking for the sake of being thoughtful of myself and others. I must develop my heart, mind, and soul to do unto people the same purposeful and sanguine changes. This is what anime teaches through the genuine experiences of its profound characters and stories. Instead of solely watching to kill time with pleasure and entertainment, I absorb the things I learn and contemplate deeply about their meaningfulness, which I bring out into my own world and my fellow people. By using the knowledge I gain through consuming, I'm able to start creating novel ideas, ethics, and practices, and that is the embodiment of loving wisdom. I embrace it as it embraces me back for when I share a piece of it. If the love of wisdom is the very definition of philosophy, and if there is once again philosophy in life, then anime is wisdom. Anime is life.